Alex moved quickly through the narrow halls of the outpost. Red lights blinked, and a voice kept repeating, "Emergency in Sector 4." He had been called to the medical bay after a surprise attack on the surface. Human and alien soldiers were being brought in with serious wounds. Alex was a field medic, trained to help anyone, no matter where they came from. He reached the bay and found a young alien woman lying on the table. Her skin was a soft gray with pale blue patterns. Her eyes were closed, and her breathing was weak. The wound on her side was deep and bleeding fast. The other nurses were busy with other patients. No one had time for her. Alex grabbed gloves and tools, cleaned the area, and started to stop the bleeding. He worked with calm hands, talking softly to her, though she could not answer. She winced a little as he pressed a bandage against her wound, but she didn't pull away. A door opened behind him. He did not turn. He was focused on her wound. "Stop what you were doing," a firm voice said. Alex looked up and saw an alien nurse. Her name tag read Vera. Her eyes were narrow, and her face was hard. "I'm trying to help her," Alex said. "You should not touch her. You are a man," she said. She was going to die. No one else came. "I had to stop the bleeding," Alex said. Vera walked closer.
Boys.
She looked at the bandage and the way he had cleaned the wound. Her face was tense. "You broke the rules," she said. "What rules? She's alive." "That should matter," Alex replied. The alien girl made a soft sound. Her eyes opened just a little. She looked at Alex, then at Vera. Her hand moved weakly and touched Alex's arm. It was light but clear. Vera saw it. Her face changed just a bit. "She trusts me," Alex said. "That's all I care about." Vera didn't speak for a moment. Then she turned away and left the room. Alex went back to work. He finished cleaning the wound and wrapped it carefully. He checked her pulse and covered her with a blanket. Later, another human nurse came in. "Did she wake up?" she asked. Little Alex said. "She's stable now." The nurse looked at the girl. "I think she's one of the highborn from their side. This might get attention." Alex nodded. "I did what I had to." Hours passed. The outpost quieted. The lights stopped flashing. Alex stayed near the girl's bed. He checked her often, making sure the wound didn't open again. In the morning, Vera came back. She didn't speak at first. She just stood near the doorway. Alex looked at her. "She's better now. I'll step back if you want." Vera walked over slowly. She looked at the girl, then at Alex. "You are not like the others," she said. Alex raised an eyebrow. "That's good, right?" Vera didn't smile, but her voice was softer. "Maybe. But what you did is still not accepted, even if it saved her life." Vera was quiet. Then she looked down at the girl's hand. It was resting near Alex's arm again. "She should not have let you touch her," Vera said. "She was dying." Alex said again. "I didn't ask for permission." Vera looked at him for a long moment. Then she walked away without another word. Alex sat back in the chair beside the bed. The girl was still sleeping, but her face looked calmer. He didn't know what would happen next. Maybe there would be trouble. Maybe he would be removed from the outposts. But he had done what felt right. The girl was alive. Vera walked through the silver hallway, her steps slow and thoughtful. She had not slept all night. Her mind kept going back to the human mimetic Alex. The way he had treated Sira had shocked her. It went against the rules of her people. But something about the way he worked, the care in his hands, stayed in her thoughts. She entered the upper chamber and stood before her superior, an older alien named Dallin. His eyes were calm but sharp. "I must report something," Vera said. Dallin looked up. "Go on." A human male touched and treated Sira. He ignored our customs. Dallin frowned. "Was she in danger?" "Yes," Vera said. "She would have died without help." Dallin was quiet for a moment. "Then we must speak with him." Later that day, Alex was called to the meeting room. He stood straight but looked calm. Dallin and two other alien leaders were seated. Vera stood to the side. "You helped Sira," Dallin said. "Why?" "Because she was hurt and no one else was helping her," Alex said. "You broke our rules. You touched a female of status," said one of the leaders. "I didn't think about that. I just thought about saving her," Alex said. "Do you know what that means in our ways?" Dallin asked. Alex shook his head. "No, but I'd like to understand." Dallin looked at Vera. She stepped forward. "In our world, Men and women do not touch unless they are bonded, she said, especially not a healer and a patient. It is seen as deep connection. Alex looked surprised. I didn't mean it that way. Vera nodded. I know, but others may not understand. Just then, a message came through the wall screen. It was from the medical bay. Sierra was awake, and she had asked to speak with Alex. There was silence in the room. Then Dallin said, "We will allow it, but be careful." Alex walked back to the medical bay. Sierra was sitting up slightly, her eyes brighter. She smiled weakly when she saw him. "You came," she said in a soft voice. "Of course," Alex said. "How do you feel?" "Better," she said. "I asked for you. The others make me nervous." Alex sat beside her bed. "I can stay for a while." Sierra looked at him. "Why did you help me?" "Because you needed help." "That's what I do," he said. She reached out and touched his hand lightly. "You are not like the others." Alex smiled. Outside the room, Vera watched through the clear window. She saw how calm Sierra looked with Alex. It was not like before. Sierra had always been quiet and careful. Now she was open, even warm. That evening, Vera spoke to Dallin again. "The girl trusts him," she said. "Maybe we should learn from that." Dallin raised a brow. "You are changing your thoughts?" "I'm not sure," Vera said, "but I saw something good." Over the next few days, Alex continued to help Sierra. Other alien nurses started to avoid the room. Whispers began to spread across the outpost. The human touched her. She asked for him. It is not right. Alex heard the whispers but ignored them. He stayed focused on Sierra's recovery. He checked her wound, gave her medicine, and sometimes just sat with her. One day Sierra asked him, "Do you think our kinds can be friends?" Alex thought about it. "I think it starts with one person. Maybe us." Sierra smiled. "Then let's try." Outside, Vera stood near the doorway again. She was watching, but not to stop him this time. She watched to understand. Something inside her was changing, though she did not say it out loud. Alex stood up and nodded to Vera. This time she gave a small nod back. It was not a full piece, but it was something close. It was just the beginning. The days passed quietly. Sierra's wound was healing fast. She was able to sit up and eat on her own. Her skin was less pale, and her eyes looked brighter each day. Alex came to check on her every morning. He asked. He cleaned the wound, changed the bandage, and sometimes just sat beside her. They spoke often now, talked about their homes, their jobs, and the things they did not understand about each other. Sierra told him about the old stories of her people, stories where human contact was seen as dangerous, stories where humans brought only war. But now she wondered if those stories were wrong. Alex shared tales of his own, stories about Earth, about cities with tall buildings and long roads, about sunsets over oceans and the smell of rain. Sierra listened with wide eyes, trying to picture everything. One evening, Vera came into the room while Alex was helping Sierra sit up. She stood near the door, arms crossed. "You're still here," she said. Alex looked at her. "She needs help." "She does not need your help anymore," Vera said. "She is strong now." Sierra looked at Vera. "I want him here." Vera's eyes softened. "And I will stay too." She walked to the other side of the room and stood quietly as Alex helped Sierra drink water. After a while, Vera spoke again. "I have watched you. You are careful. You're not trying to shame us." Alex nodded. "I only want to help." Vera stepped closer. "I never thought I would say this, but I believe you." From that day, Vera began to join Alex during the treatments. She watched his hands, the way he moved. Sometimes she asked questions. Sometimes she helped. She showed him how to handle their tools. He showed her how to make the patient more comfortable. They began to work as a team. Not always easy, but slowly they found a way. One afternoon, while they were changing Sierra's bandage, she smiled. "I feel safe when both of you are here," she said. Alex and Vera looked at each other. It was a strange feeling. They were learning from each other, though their ways were different. Later that night, Alex walked down the hallway and saw Vera waiting near the dining hall. She waved him over. "Walk with me," she said. They walked slowly through the quiet part of the outpost. "You are different from other humans I have met," Vera said. "You are different too," Alex replied. She gave a small laugh. "Is that good or bad?" "I think it's good," he said. We see things differently, but we both want to help. Vera nodded. When I saw you first, I thought you were proud. I thought you would not respect our ways. I didn't know your ways, Alex said, but I'm trying to learn. They stopped near the window that looked out into space. Stars were shining far away. Sira is special, Vera said. She comes from a family with power. Her words matter. She trusts you, others will notice. Alex looked at her. What happens then? Maybe our people will talk more. If we stop fearing each other so much, she said. Alex smiled. That sounds like a good start. The next morning, Sira walked slowly around the room with Alex and Vera close by. She was still weak, but her steps were steady. She was healing not just in her body, but in her spirit too. Vera helped her sit down and said, "You were almost ready to leave the medical bay." "I will miss this place," Sira said. "Learned a lot here." "We all did," Alex said. As they cleaned up the room, a message came through the wall screen. A warning. There was danger coming. A rebel group was moving near the outpost. Vera looked at Alex. "We may need your help again." Alex nodded. "I'm ready." Outside the medical bay, the light turned red. Alarms started to sound. This peaceful time was ending, and a new challenge was on its way. The alarm echoed through the outpost. Red lights flashed along the halls. Alex ran toward the main control room, passing groups of soldiers and medics. People shouted orders. The rebel group was close. They had already attacked 2 other stations. Now they were coming here. Vera met Alex near the command post. She was calm, but her eyes were sharp. "We need to move Sira," she said. "They may target the medical bay." Alex nodded. "Where is safe?" "There's a shelter below the east wing. It is strong and hidden." They returned to the medical bay. Sira was standing by the window, looking out at the dark sky. She turned as they entered. "I know," she said. "They are coming. You need to come with us," Vera said. Sira shook her head. "I want to stay with the others. I need help." Alex stepped closer. "You can help later. Right now, you must stay safe." Sira looked at him. "Will you be there too?" "Yes," Alex said. "We're going together." They moved quickly. Alex pushed a cart with medical supplies. Vera held Sira's arm to steady her. The halls were busy with soldiers preparing for defense. Everyone knew the attack could start at any moment. They reached the shelter. The door was thick and made of metal. Inside, there was space for supplies, food, and beds. A few others were already there, injured workers, a few alien children, and a guard. Vera looked around. "Stay here. Do not leave until we return." "Where are you going?" Sira asked. "We need to help defend the medical wing," Vera said. "There are still people there." Alex turned to Sarah. "You're safe here, I promise." Sarah held his hand for a moment. "Be careful."
Alex.
Alex and Vera left the shelter. As they moved back through the halls, the lights above began to flicker. A loud boom shook the ground. "They're here," Vera said. The rebels had landed. Explosions rocked the outpost. Smoke filled some of the corridors. Alex and Vera reached the medical wing and found several wounded people trapped under fallen panels. "Help me with this," Alex shouted. Vera grabbed one side of the broken panel, while Alex pulled from the other. They lifted it enough to pull out a young human medic. She was coughing but alive. They moved quickly, checking rooms and guiding others to safe areas. One alien doctor was trying to stop the bleeding from a soldier's leg. "I need help," the doctor said. Alex dropped to the floor beside him. Vera handed tools and cleaned the area while Alex tied a bandage. They worked fast and silent. Another blast shook the walls. Lights went out. Emergency backups came on, casting a red glow over everything. "We have to leave now," Vera said. They began moving the injured toward the east shelter. Smoke made it hard to see, and the floor was covered with pieces of metal and glass. As they turned a corner, a rebel fighter stepped into the hall. He held a weapon. Alex froze. The man raised the gun, but Vera moved fast. She threw a metal tray, hitting the man's arm. The shot fired into the wall. Alex tackled him, knocking the gun away. Vera picked it up and pointed it at the rebel. "Leave. Now." The rebel backed away and ran. Alex got up, breathing hard.
Thanks.
"You would have done the same," she said. They reached the shelter and opened the door. Inside, Sierra stood up quickly. "Are you all right?" she asked. "We are," Alex said. "We brought others. They helped the injured people inside." Vera checked the door and sealed it. For now, they were safe. Everyone inside sat quietly, listening to the distant sounds of battle. Sierra sat beside Alex and took his hand. "You came back." "Of course," he said. Vera sat across from them. She looked at the group. Humans and aliens, side by side, fear in their eyes, but also something else, trust. In the middle of war, something had changed. They were no longer just humans and aliens. They were people trying to survive together. Battle was not over, but something new had begun. The shelter was quiet except for the distant sounds of battle outside. Everyone waited in silence. Some held each other. Some whispered soft prayers. Alex sat with Sierra on one side and Vera on the other. He was tired but alert. He knew the danger was not over. After what felt like hours, the sound of fighting slowly faded. Then a voice came through the wall speaker. "The outpost is secure. The rebels have retreated." A wave of relief passed through the room. People hugged, some cried. Sierra closed her eyes and smiled. Vera stood up and opened the shelter door slowly. The hallway outside was smoky, but calm. A few soldiers were helping others clean up the damage. Alex and Vera led the group back out, guiding the weak and wounded. The medical bay was a mess. Walls were burned, beds were broken, and equipment was scattered everywhere. But it was still standing. Over the next few days, the outpost worked hard to recover. Humans and aliens worked side by side. They rebuilt the damaged halls and cleaned the broken rooms. New supplies came from nearby stations. Alex and Vera worked in the medical bay again. Sierra, now fully healed, joined them. She moved with confidence, helping younger patients and speaking with new arrivals. One morning, the High Council of the Alien People visited the outpost. They came to see the damage and hear what had happened. Sierra spoke to them first. "I was saved by a human," she said clearly, "not just by his skill, but by his heart." The council listened without interrupting. "He treated me with respect," Sierra continued, "and when danger came, he did not run. He stayed to protect us." Vera stepped forward next. "I once believed humans did not understand us. I thought their ways were wrong, but I was wrong. I have learned more in these days than in many years," and Alex spoke. "We are not so different. We both care for the hurt. We both want peace. We just need to talk more and fear less." The council was quiet. Then one of them said, "You have shown courage and kindness. We will remember this." After the visit, many changes began. New training programs were started. Humans and aliens began to learn from each other. Some alien healers asked to study human methods. Some humans wanted to learn about alien ways. Sierra became a voice for unity. She gave talks to new recruits, reminding them that real strength came from understanding. Vera and Alex continued to work together. They had become more than co-workers. They were friends. Sometimes they still argued, but always with respect. One evening, as the sun set over the planet below, Sierra stood on the observation deck with Alex and Vera. "I never thought things would change so much," Sierra said. "Change starts small," Vera replied. "One person, one choice." Alex looked at them. "And now, we keep it going." Sierra nodded. "Yes, let's keep it going." Below them, the outpost lights shined bright. Inside, people were working, laughing, learning. The war had not ended, but something stronger had begun. New trust, a new bond, built not by power but by care. And it all started with one moment, one human tending the wounds of someone who was once called an enemy.